Alright, once again, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Basham, Yahushai, Basham, Rakar Kwadash, the balance be unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, to all the Archeums worldwide, who for the elect 144, I want to say Shalom be unto you. This is the word from the GMS just bring out a quick edification through the spirits of the Most High, Basham Yeshai. My edification today is mainly be careful of the things that you allow your wife to do. Yeah, be careful about the things that you let your wife or allow your wife to do. It comes about from Numbers chapter 30, and I start about verse 1. Now, Shalom to all the sisters worldwide who basically try to keep the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. And you try to be respectful to your husband, and you try to do the will of the Most High. How about Shem Yeshai? Shalom be unto you. But this lesson is totally for the men. Because from time to time, when a man is with a woman or live in a house with a woman, more or less, after a while of certain things, you really allow certain things to go by without correcting it. But you have to be careful when doing those things, because it could come about as you actually allow her to do a certain vow, and it would stand. It would stand, and it wouldn't really come as a sin towards her, because you let it stand. So I will start over Numbers chapter 30 and verse 1, so I can get to my point. And Moses spake unto the head of the tribes concerning the children of Israel, saying, This is the thing which the Lord Yahweh Shemeshai commanded. If a man vow a vow unto the Lord Yahweh Shemeshai, and swear an oath to bind his soul with a bond, he shall not break his word, he shall do according to all that proceeded out of his mouth. If a woman also vow a vow unto the Lord Yahweh Shemeshai, and bind herself by a bond, being in her father's house in her youth, and her father hear her vow, and her bond wherewith she had bound her soul, and the father shall hold his peace at her, then all her vows shall stand, and every bond whereas she had bound her soul shall stand. And if a father disallow her in the day that he hear it, not any of her vows or of her bonds whereas she had bound her soul shall stand. And the Lord Yahweh Shemeshai shall forgive her, because her father disallowed her. Now, any place where a woman is not married and she's still in her father's house, her father, as you see, you have to find a over the woman, because and the man is the head of the home. Yeah, and then the woman. Actually, I might bring out a couple of precepts before I go forward. So I'll go at Ephesians chapter 5 and verse 23. And it said, For the husband is the head of the wife, even as Mashiach is the head of the church, and he is the savior of the body. First Peter chapter 3 and verse 1 said, Likewise, ye wife, be in subjection to your own husband, that if any obey not the word, they also may without the word be won by the conversations of the wife. 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 3, 16. Verse 3, but I would have you know that the head of every man is Mashiach, and the head of the woman is the man, and the head of Mashiach is Yahweh. Yeah, so we go with that point. The man have a duty to play, on his duty. He's the head of the home. So I'm going forward to verse 6. And if she had at all an husband, when she vowed or uttered aught out of her lips, wherewith she bound her soul, and her husband heard it, and held his peace at her in the day that he heard it, then her vows shall stand, and her bond wherewith she bought her soul shall stand. Now, there's like if a woman want to go into fasting, or she probably want to stay away from sex, or she want to dedicate something to the Most High Hashem. Verse 8. But if her husband disallow her on the day that he heard it, then he shall make her vow which she vowed, and that which she uttered with her lips, wherewith she bound her soul, of none effect, and the Lord our Shemeshai shall forgive her. But, verse 9, but every vow of a widow, and of her that is divorced, wherewith they have bound their souls, shall stand against her. Verse 10, and if she vow in her husband's house, or bound her soul by a bond with an oath, and her husband heard it, and held his peace at her, and disallowed her not, then all her vows shall stand, and every bond wherewith she bound her soul shall stand. Verse 12. But if her husband had utterly made them void on the day he heard them, then whatever proceeded out of her mouth or out of her lips, Salakia, concerning her vows, or concerning the bond of which her soul shall not stand, her husband had made them void, and the Lord Yahweh Shemeshai shall forgive her. Verse 13. Every vow and every binding oath to afflict the soul, like fasting and these other things, her husband may establish it, or her husband may make it void. But if her husband altogether hold his peace from her from day to day, then he establish all her vows, or all her bonds which are upon her. He confirmed them, because he had held his peace at her in the day that he heard them. So, these women and them are wayward in these days that we are today. More or less, they're very disrespectful. Some of them, if not all. So you have to be careful where you allow your woman to stay in your house. I mean, you're not going to be a liar in a ticket every little thing you go off at a woman. But certain things you allow your woman to do or to say in your house, and she say it, and you allow her to get away with it in the sense to go about do it, you actually allow her or give her the liberty to do as she please. And eventually she have all rights to do what she had to do, because you didn't disannul it. But let me finish up. 15. But if he shall anyways make them void after he had heard them, then he shall bear her iniquity. These are the statutes which the Lord Yahweh Shemeshai commanded Moses, between a man and his wife, between a father and his daughter, being yet in her youth, in her father's house. So, Akim, you need to be careful at the things, because these women, when they say certain things, it come like a vow they make, Where the scripture here was talking about a vow to afflict your soul. That's like you're doing a sacrifice unto the Most High Yahweh Shemeshai. But it could also go with what your woman say. Be careful of what you allow your woman to say in your house. And be careful where you allow a woman to establish in your house as well. Because once you hold your peace on it, and you ain't say anything concerning it, that had to stand. And really and truly, she ain't wrong. You's the one that take wrong. Because you allow it to pass. You allow it to stand. You didn't disallow it. You didn't say no towards it. You didn't forbid. You didn't say anything. You just sat down and allow it to pass and say, boy, I fed up. Or whatever you might say, but wherever you're allowed to stand, wherever vows or wherever words come out of your mouth, you're allowed to stand, or actions. If you didn't say or stop it at that point, you can't stop it later down. You can't say anything about it later down because you allowed it to pass. So just a quick edification I wanted to give the Akims out there, concerning your wife and the way you run your house. A little tips on how you go about doing things. Now I'm not saying to ill-treat your wife. I'm not saying be a lion in a ticket. But be careful of the vows you allow your wife, or be careful of the things you allow your wife to say or do. It could come back and hunt you. And it wouldn't be upon her head, it would be upon you. So I hope this was edifying to the Akims out there. And with that, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Rakakodash. Double honors be unto the apostles and the elders of great millstone, to all the Akims worldwide. Hopefully, elect, stay strong in the truth. This is the word from the GMSshow.com. Shalom.